RTF 131, what's up? I am back. Y'all know me, Adonis. Today I have with me Mr. Dr. Moffitt. Dr. Moffitt, I want you to tell a little bit about yourself.
My name is Raphael Moffitt. I am the Vice President for Student Services at Texas Southern University. I've been here about a year and 2 months. Absolutely loving TSU, loving Houston, having a great time connecting with the students and making sure that we can make their college experience meaningful and to give them the skills to be successful. Originally, I'm from Washington State, by way of Los Angeles, California. My mom's from Virginia. My dad is from LA. All my family's still in LA. So I'm a West Coast guy to the heart. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Where you from?
I'm from the West Coast.
Oh really?
So
Okay. But yeah, I worked at Clark Atlanta University, Georgia State University, Morehouse College. Did some accreditation at Spelman College, and then also Langston University, Trinity University in San Antonio, Texas, and now I'm here at Texas Southern, so enjoying it.
Y'all heard it from him. Now we're about to get into some questions so y'all can really know what it means to be a VP. So, my first question. Being a dean of the student, busy job, how did you feel coming into this position?
I felt good. I felt prepared. I'm really excited to come and serve the students, and I think being the Vice President and Dean of Students, it's not about the position, it's about serving students and making sure that I'm a servant leader, which means it's my obligation to make sure that students are having a meaningful experience and also getting the skills to go out and be successful. So I've been really interested in making sure that our students are developed socially, physically, intellectually, culturally, educationally, and spiritually. So all the way across the board, because the students have been here at Texas Southern University and engaged some of our offerings, the goal is for them to be better, when they leave the institution, knowing that I got all of these different things, because, hopefully student services offered something that really stuck with me and helped me, go in the direction I wanted to go in professionally and personally.
Okay, so from that answer, all I'm getting is leadership. You're gonna have to really have that passion for students. So my next question is, how did you get involved with students? Where did you start out? What made you really want that and give you that drive and passion for working with student affairs?
Yeah, so I always wanted to be in education. My 10th grade year in high school, there was a teacher, her name was Joanne Chambers, and she was my high school English teacher, and she basically said, like, you can love hip hop and you can love, all other stuff that was going on, but you also need to make sure that for as cool as you're trying to be on this end, you need to be smart on this end. And that was something that stuck with me, and she really met us where we were. So at that time, many moons ago, cats were, wearing one pants leg up and trying to emulate, popular culture. And she was like, that's cool, but you need to turn your homework in on time. And I thought it was cool how she didn't say, don't do that, just do this. She was like, you can do that, but do this too, And so at that moment in 10th grade, I was like, I want to be like Miss Chambers. I want to be, personable enough and connected enough to the students to understand that they're going to do their thing, but also in a position to be able to influence them to go, hey, there's some other skills that you're going to need to help thrive and survive in life. And so I said she wanted to be an English teacher, so I decided to be one. And so I went to school at Washington State and majored in English education to be an English teacher. But I got into student affairs because I finished at Washington State and I was going to Clark Atlanta to get my master's. And I walked into the housing office and I went in to go get, a room. I was like, what, I get paid my deposit and all that stuff? And they were like, well, have you ever worked with students? And I said, yep, me and my fraternity, we've done some stuff with black males. And they offered me the job in Red Life, and so I didn't know anything about student affairs. I think I might have met my RA one time when I was in undergrad. He lived right next door to me. So they said, look, we need somebody, there's an opportunity. And I said, what do I get? They said free room, books, tuition, and a stipend and food. And I said, where do I sign up? So it kind of just chose me, really. And it was the calling that in my world and from my perspective that God had on my life to really serve students. And I was a resident director, had 4 RAs that I'm really good friends with to this day, and 15 years later, I'm at Texas Southern.
See, that's funny because I'm actually an RA on campus in the Towers, University of Towers. So my next question would be, do you see any type of relationship with being the VP and being a director of housing? Like, is there any type of relationship?
Yeah. You know, for me, I live with the students. So when I was a resident director, and my apartment was right when you walked in, so it wasn't like tucked away and on the 7th floor. It was, you open the door and my apartment was to the right. So I always saw, you know, the fellas coming in and out. I had an all-male facility of about 94 guys from all over the world. So when, like on the weekends, I open my door and we, you know, play PlayStation, and you know, I make music. We make music, and I would have, you know, rap battles in my apartment. And then I'd also have those times where they came in and they were crying and they were going, look, man, what am I going to do? Because something's going on back home and I want to leave. And we have those real, you know, real life discussions about, you know, what this education could do for them and not to go back home. So I live with students, so I never, it helps me because I always connect to the students in a different way, not because I came in from an office setting and I was doing this one function. I live with my students. I cried with them, I laughed with them, I drove them to the hospital, I drove them home, you know, and so I knew some of them better than their parents knew them. And so I think that helps me now, because although I'm not living with students, I think I'm pretty connected to what goes on in their world, and whatever's happening in their world is real. So there is no real world. It's what's going on in your life right now is real, but there will be another phase to it that I need to help prepare you for. So the Res Life experience really just helped me to connect to the students in a much more meaningful way. That makes me a very, I mean, you guys know this, on hands VP. I'm coming up everything I can, not just kind of going, hey, what's going on over there with them.
Right.
Yeah.
Class, for the students who will see this video, where can they come find you?
I'm located in the Recreation Center on the 2nd floor, Suite 209.
ITF and students at TSU, y'all heard it from the man himself. Y'all know where to find him. Y'all know who he is. So before we wrap this up, my last question: what does it mean to be a Tiger?
For me, what it means to be a Tiger is a few different things. Number one is to be a scholar. I think we're all here in this space to understand what pursuing academics and what excellence in achievement looks like. So number one is to be a scholar. Number two is to be worldly. And what I mean by that is wherever you go, from the suites to the streets, if you will, you should have the capability to be able to influence that space, because there's a set of skills that you've learned here at TSU that allow you to do that. So if there's something that's going on in the city where it's required for you to dress up, have a tie on, and speak that lingo, you've learned how to do that. If it's somewhere where it's more casual, we know how to act in that environment too. So to be scholarly, to be worldly, to be selfless in a lot of ways. I think that it's our job to serve other people. And college is not a right, it's an opportunity. And we all know individuals that would love to switch places with us. And knowing that, I think service is one of those things that really makes a Tiger intentional about this experience. And the last is just really to cherish the space it is that we're sharing at Texas Southern and in Third Ward and in Houston, and embracing all of that to help us be, you know, productive global citizens and critical thinking change agents down the road. So if we can be, you know, scholarly about our work, be worldly in however we maneuver through on this planet, and serve others, I think ultimately, and to keep tradition, I think ultimately that's what makes a Tiger, you know, a Tiger to me.
I heard it from him. Knock him off, that's the man. I can say I'm glad to be a Tiger, and now I'm ready. ITF, thank you. We out.